What's up, you guys? In today's episode, I go over the Victory Kraken Poweramp. Stay tuned. What is up, you guys? It's your boy, Luis Torres. And funny enough, one of my boys, Bubba Stain, and I'll actually put a link to his YouTube channel below, reaches out to me and he's like, hey, listen, I have this Kraken. Are you interested in buying it? And of course, you know, how much? Gave me an absolutely incredible price. And it was shipped from Tacoma, Washington to New York, and it arrived today. So thank you so much, Bubba. You are the absolute best. You guys may actually remember him because my first KSR series I actually bought from him. I ended up buying just a few pedals since then, from a VFE standout to the Henning standout also, and now the Kraken. So here's the funny thing is, you know, for the most part, you'll see guys playing this and they'll range from classic rock to maybe hair metal to some degree. Some guys actually have it where, I don't even know, it sounds like they're actually just, they set the gain to like 1, which is basically 8 o'clock, and there's no gain. And to me, you know, it almost didn't make sense considering the fact that it's made by Victory. Right? So I gave it a shot, threw the dice, and this thing is an absolute brute monster. But you have to run it correctly. So to start, I say correctly, everyone has their own take, everyone has their own flavor. I'm going to be powering this with my new KSR PA50, which is an absolute monster of a power amp. The only thing that beats it is my Mesa 290. And of course, as you probably already know, that thing is double the cost of the PA50. So as far as something that's portable, the PA50 works, you know, it's absolutely, it's an amazing power amp. So if you get the chance or you're trying to figure out what kind of power amp to get and you're in that $800 range, definitely I'll put a link below to Kyle's website. That way you guys can take a look at that. But I feel like all of these high-end preamp pedals all sound like monsters with the KSR PA50. So here's the one thing I'm going to start off with, because in the photos, you almost never get to really understand how big this thing is. So if you guys have a KSR series pedal, this is a relatively large pedal, right? Let me grab the Eros. You know, this is literally your normal size pedal, height, width, and so figure the series is the same height as most pedals, but it's about double the width of most pedals. This thing is a series doing a little balancing act here and a regular pedal combined. Like, that's how wide this thing is. So for the most part, grab 3 of your pedals, put them side by side. That's how wide it is. It's the same no, it's not even, you know, think of it. It's, look how high this is, and it's about the same. So it's a big pedal. This thing is large. So the reason why it's so big is because it actually has built-in 12AX7 tubes in there. And that basically is what drives it. So for the most part, what the company advises is using it in 2 ways, basically. You can actually take this 3 ways, but I'm not going to run something like this through the front of an amp. To me, I bypass that. That's one of the options. I wouldn't even bother. If you have a high gain amp and you need a little more, they say that you're actually adding channels, whatever. I think that you should use it the way it's supposed to be used, in my opinion, which is just a preamp. So you're either going to rock this through the effects loop of your amp, so you're bypassing the entire preamp of your amplifier and just using this solely, or in my case today, I will be running this through just a power amp section. At some point, I'm going to be running this also out of my Mesa 290, my Moore tube engine, which is over here, my Seymour Duncan Power Stage 200, and then of course I'll run it straight at some point using my 2 Notes Cab M, which is a cab simulator. So let me go ahead and plug this in, and you guys get to hear how brutal this preamp is. What's up, guys? So I will be using my 1991 ESP Horizon Custom neck through body. This one actually features my personal pickup in the bridge, which is the Voodoo Custom Pickup Dark Wrench. And if you are interested in that pickup, make sure you click on the description below, click on Voodoo Custom Pickups, and talk to Rich and tell him you want the Dark Wrench. So I am literally going guitar to the Kraken, which runs out to my KSR PA50. That runs out to my Mesa 412 with Celestion V30s. I will be playing a little dadcore for all of you guys who play like Steve I. I'm not that guy, but Stevie T is. So here's the one thing. Again, I can't stress that I feel that most guys, when they're using it, are dialing things back. And, even Ola went ahead and had this preamp as in one of his Will It Chug episodes, and I feel, even watching that, and I was watching a few of them earlier today before this one arrived, and I just felt like it just lacked. Like, I felt like if you're into hardcore, if you're into anything along those lines where you just want to play just a shitload of chugging, when you watch those videos, you're almost like reluctant. Like there's literally a ton of guys after I posted photos on my Instagram account who are reaching out to me, and they're just like, dude, I've actually been interested in that, but the videos that are out, they kind of make me kind of feel like I don't need it. Trust me that if you want something portable, legit, the KSR PA50 and this Kraken is cracking. It is a beast of a pedal. It is the only pedal that I feel competes with the KSR series. Like, that's how incredible this pedal is. So let's have a listen. Dadcore, what's up for life? Brooklyn, what? So guys, there you have it. So if you've considered or have even looked at the Kraken and you're just like, Is that thing any good? Because of course you can buy the Kraken amp, which is 50 watts, but it's kind of expensive. And you know, if you have a few amps, you know, do you really need another one? You know, you don't have to do all this craziness, and trust, this is all crazy. But if you have, you know, a great, decent high gain amp that's tube driven, and you want some other flavor to go through that, that allows you the opportunity to chug your life away, then the Kraken, without question, is an absolutely great pedal. And, you know, listen, I'll be honest, I was definitely one of those guys that was just like, I don't really know if I like the videos that are out there. They kind of, you know, if the bullseye's right here, it's right there. And I'm like, I don't really know. But again, I got it for a great price, so I jumped on it, and I'm so glad that I did. I mean, I just went ahead the other day and ended up selling my Amp Tweaker Type Metal Pro 2 just because the thing had just way too many options, which is great if you want a bunch of different flavors from one pedal plus DI out. That thing, without a doubt, the guy that bought it is completely going to love it. This thing right here, easy peasy. So there's literally gain 1, gain 2, so you have 2 channels, 3 because you have a clean channel also, and bro, legit, just straightforward bass, middle, treble, and gain. That's it. Here's your gain 1, gain 2. If you want to bypass it to clean, right there, bro, super easy. And that's what like I ended up getting the Amp Tweaker, bro. That thing took me like 2 hours just to get a good tone, which is fine. I'm kind of, regardless of what I use, I always try to, for the most part, especially if it's a preamp pedal, I always try to make it sound like my Bogner Uberschall, my PV50 150. Like, yo, those are beasts. Those are monster amps. My Laboga Mr. Hector, my EVH Stealth. Like, those amps just right out of the rip are just brute monsters for chugging only, and they're incredible. So if I get something like this, if I can't quickly make my tone sound like any of these, then it's kind of like a turnoff. You know what I mean? Like, I want things to be easy. I don't want someone to accidentally hit one of my knobs. And, with the Amp Tweaker Type Metal Pro, the thing has so many that you get lost easily. Like, yo, what happened to my tone? Dude, my man just accidentally bumped into it and just turned, 6 different knobs because there's like 12 on it. This thing's super easy. It actually has -1 and -2 with 0 in the middle. That's, to me, the highest gain that it'll push. So this I am keeping. And if it was definitely one of those things that I thought, I got it for a good price. I could probably, at the very least, break even, if not, make a little extra. By extra, I mean an extra $10, which whatever, it doesn't even matter. But this is a keeper, definitely a keeper. So if you're considering something like this, before you buy it, again, I'm going to run I may just run one more video where I'll run a few different power amps. That way you guys can hear what it sounds like with the more tube engine, which is only, what the heck is it? 6V6 tubes, or is it EL84s? Whatever, it's the mini tubes. You guys get it. Along with my Mesa 290, because that has presence, and it's just, dude, the thing has, what is it? 8 6L6 tubes, and it's ridiculous. It's the most tubes that I've had to spend and buy. It was a few $100 just to load that thing up with all the tubes that I got from Mike from Walls of Jericho. So let me run a test with a few other options that I have before you make your decision. Because it sounds so great out of the PA50, I honestly think that it's going to sound incredible with all the others. But let me go ahead and make another video, and you guys can, make up your own mind. But this thing is a beast. So guys, If you haven't hit the subscribe button, do so now, you jerk. Hit the description, check out Voodoo Custom Pickups, check out KSR, check out Victory. I'll put all the links below, that way you guys can click on that. And as usual, guys, thank you so much for watching, and I will talk to you guys soon.